Okay, TIAS School for Business and Society is part of Tilburg University and Eindhoven University of Technology. It's a business school that has a strong focus on diversity in our full-time programs. It has a strong focus also on corporate social responsibility, and basically not only look at business from a money-making machine, but also look a little bit broader than that. How about some of the environmental issues? How about what is my business doing to the community at large? So those are some of the things that are really important to us at TIAS also. Okay, so we really like and appreciate diversity in our class. So if you look at our full-time MBA program and our full-time MSc program, there are about 140 students between the two, 40 for the MBA, 100 and 110 for the MScBA. And each and every year we have about anywhere between 7 or 10 MSc and MBA students from Indonesia. Very strong candidates always, very driven candidates. The reason why I would say we have such a large number is because of the relationship with the Netherlands and Indonesia, but also because our higher education system in the Netherlands is well known, and it's also well known in Indonesia. So we do each and every year have quite a few Indonesian students in our classroom internationally. Okay, so in the MBA, it's a very general management program. There is not really a major that you can choose. In the MSc, you can actually pick a few different tracks. I would say in the MSc, the most, I would say, popular ones for Indonesian students is finance and marketing. Those are the subjects that most Indonesian students actually choose. It's a very good question, and it's a realistic concern. If you look at cities like Amsterdam, like Utrecht, like Leiden, real, I would say, university towns, housing can be an issue. The same is for our students. If you look at the MBA program, however, we do have our own housing. We do have our own apartments for PhD and MBA students. So people can actually work with us and people can actually live in those houses. In the MSc, we also work with an agency. So depending on your needs, you can actually live in a shared house. There are several apartments available in Utrecht. So we do, because of our small class size, we do help you with finding the right housing, the right accommodation for you. But I agree, if you look at the entire Netherlands, it is actually a little bit of an issue, especially in the student towns. We do help you with that at TIAS though. So for instance, if you look at our visa procedure, you need to show that to the Dutch government that you have sufficient funds. But with that, you just need to fill in the paperwork, make sure that you send original copies to us, and we will apply for your visa. So we give you a lot of personal attention in that, the visa, and as well as the housing. So before you actually fly to Belanda, before you actually are ready to start your study, we already personally help you with some of the practical issues that you're facing. Yeah, if you look at, again, the smaller class size, we do focus a lot on personal development. We do focus a lot on career service. If you look, for instance, in our programs 1 day a week, most of the time that's Friday, we really would like you to sit down with our coaches. We really would like you to sit down with our career consultants. So finding a job, making the next move in your career doesn't start in April, May, right as you finish the program. It starts right from the get-go. Before you actually head into the program, we're already going to ask you some questions. And as soon as you get into the program, we are going to work with you on a very personal level to make sure that the next step in your career after graduation is the right one, is into the right direction. So we do focus a lot on personal development for that. Keep this in mind. At TIAS, we have a huge portfolio of executive education also, and those programs are aimed at our Dutch market. So those are Dutch students, Dutch alumni. They work in companies in the Netherlands, and sometimes these companies have issues. And we try to translate some of those issues into management projects for our full-time students, into sometimes job opportunities for full-time students. That is really where our focus is. Really hands-on professional experience for our students. sorry, for our students. The number of Indonesian alumni still in the Netherlands. There are quite a few. There are actually quite a few alumni still in the Netherlands working for different types of companies. Nike is one of those companies. Its European headquarters in the Netherlands. ABB is one of those companies that is worldwide recognized, and one of our alumni is still working there. So without naming any specifics, there are actually a good number of Indonesian students still working in the Netherlands. Look at it from a bigger perspective, from a Southeast Asian perspective, we do see that a couple of years ago, people from Southeast Asia really wanted to stay in the Netherlands, work there, and maybe after a few years, go home and establish themselves here. What we now see, I think last year and this year definitely, is that because of the opportunities here in Southeast Asia, people would like to go to the Netherlands, go to the Western world to get their education, but then immediately make impact here at home, make impact in their communities, make sure that the skills that they have picked up in the Netherlands, for instance, that they're going to make use of that here in Indonesia, for instance, and in other parts of Southeast Asia. So that's a little bit of a new trend that we're seeing also. Okay, my opinion about Indonesian students. Indonesian students are very eager to learn. Indonesian students are overall very hardworking. And Indonesian students, if you compare it to other people from Southeast Asia, are really easy to adjust themselves to Dutch culture. Although it's cold, although it gets dark real quick, what we see in Indonesian students, from Indonesian students in general, that they can adjust really quick. And it's also easier to get the hang of the pace, to get into the study rhythm again. So adjusting yourself real quickly, yeah, that is really important. I think the relationship also with the Netherlands and Indonesia helps in that to easily adjust themselves. There is a very huge Indonesian community in the Netherlands that makes Indonesian students feel comfortably at home very early. Yes, so specific tips. What you want to do is do your research about the different schools that are in the Netherlands. I think the TIAS programs, the TIAS full-time programs have a very good offering, a very strong offering, but you want to do your research. At the end of the day, you want to find a school that has the best fit for your specific needs. Do some research on the different cities in the Netherlands. Do some research on the visa process, that will help. If you look at the Netherlands, there are a lot of great educational institutions. There are a lot of great opportunities to study there. I think what makes TIAS a little bit different is the personal approach that we have. It's the fact that we focus a lot on your personal development and your career, and the fact that we have a very diverse, international, and strong class diversity. So I think that is what makes TIAS a little bit different. That, the personal development, and the focus on business and society at large. I think that is one of the things that makes us unique. And I would definitely encourage Indonesian students to also look at TIAS Business School if they want to go for their graduate business degree in the Netherlands.